Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? So here I am, about halfway through my run. No music, no videos, just me and my thoughts. And so I'm thinking, and of course, just like usual, rather than just think about it, I want to go ahead and get it out of my mind and get it off my chest. So I'm thinking, shut up and listen. So my partner said this to me the other day. Jacob, you need to just shut up and listen. And everything that's being said, you can understand and you can hear. Shut up, stop talking long enough for you to actually listen to what is being said. It's funny, because I have pegged myself pretty much my whole life as a pretty good listener. Coming up, I was one of those people, the friends give you a call when they having tough times. And I like to lend an ear, be a shoulder to cry on, and even every now and again give some pretty good advice. Help lift people up, help uplift them. I also recall coming up, I took a debate class, and one of the sections in that class was about being a good listener. And there was aspects of it that essentially said, in order to be a good listener, you hear what a person says, wait for them to stop talking, restate what they said, then paraphrase the way that you understood it, and then it's your turn to speak. And that kind of made me feel like I was a good listener because I had that understanding, as well as the actions of some of the people that was around me. Unfortunately, what I'm realized is that, especially in debate, you are listening in order to respond. So you're not really thinking about what is being said. Just because you're able to restate it and then paraphrase or how you took it or the way it affected you doesn't mean you're really listening, because that whole time you're still thinking of what your response is going to be or how you're going to talk when it's your turn to talk. Same thing when you're giving people that shoulder to cry on, or you just lending them an ear. How often, and I know I ain't the only one, how often do you catch yourself listening just to respond or really wanting to give somebody advice? The funny thing about that is, when you go to give somebody advice, you can only lend advice so far as the life experiences that you have had and what your thought processes are. This person who's going through whatever they're going through really needs to do some self-reflection. And so when they come at you speaking, and they're going through whatever they're going through and they're sharing with you, truthfully, rather than listening to respond, we need to do what a therapist would do or a counselor would do. Now, we ain't professionals, I get it. Matter of fact, let me rewind for a second. I had a friend reach out to me today. Thank you so much for reaching out, checking on me, making sure I'm okay, been watching the videos, seeing my up days, down days, so on and so forth. I greatly appreciate you reaching out to me and wanting to talk and wanting to be an ear and a shoulder to cry on. But a person who does that isn't a professional, and that's no knock on people who are good friends and like to listen and like to share and like to help their friends. Please keep doing that. We need those type of people in the world. But a professional knows that it's not their job to give you solutions. It's not their job to give you advice. It's their job to lead the conversation in a way where you can get off your chest whatever you got to get off your chest, talk to them about what you're going through, and they can bounce ideas off you so that you self-reflect. You figure out an answer for what's best for you. Sometimes we got to just be quiet and listen and allow somebody to speak. And when they speak, they're going to give you the answers to all the questions that you might have. So many of us are so quick to want to say something back, or rebuttal, or argue, or instead of listening to what is being said, just talk our piece and get off our chest what we want to get off our chest, instead of listening to the person that is actually speaking. So when I'm going through a struggle, which I have been, and God willing, I won't be for much longer, I'm doing much better. But when I'm going through a struggle, yeah, there's occasions where I want to reach out to a friend, you know, get a little yeses and loves and pats on the back, and feel like my thought process is the right thought process. But in all honesty, the best thing you could do as a listener is help that person find what answer is best for them, rather than giving advice, rather than patting them on the back. Help them self-reflect. Help them come up with the answer themselves. Help them think about whatever the situation is that they're in, how they got there, and what's the best way to get them out of it, or to help them move forward. People, do me a favor. Stop wanting to talk so much. Sit back, shut up, and listen. Thank you. Holla at y'all in a little bit.